Pirima, rega ele morena, kawena rega ema ratwarana. Morena, ore hoge, leseding rechoroge. Waar die wilgers welig spruit, doringboom sy skadu sprei, soos ons groei in kundigheid, mag U ons lei. Sien ons hoe hier lei met die hand, laat U sien rus oor ons land. Three strong streams united flow, Africa stands proud and tall. As we learn, we trust, we know God is in control. Bless us, O Lord, guide us with grace. May Northwest be blessed always. Bless us, O Lord, sien ons hier, ore Jehovah.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the NWU Research and Innovation Excellence Awards 2020. In the spirit of 2020, a better way to start any online session would rather be, "Can you hear me?" or "Am I muted?" It has been a challenging year, but today we can look back on 2020 with gratitude. Tonight is all about recognizing excellence in the field of research and innovation. So make sure your microphone is muted and your camera turned off. Sit back and enjoy this evening with us. With that, I would like to call on Professor Frans Waanders, Acting Deputy Vice-Chancellor for Research and Innovation, to do the formal welcoming.
Good evening, viewers. What a year. What a name, COVID-19, that has changed our lives drastically and will impact on our lives for some time to come. But the bright side of things is the fact that the research, in most cases at the NWU, continued, and during the recent meetings with deans of faculties, it became apparent that the writing and submission of journal articles have even improved in comparison to 2019. On the other hand, conference participation reduced, but we have learned to Zoom, to Skype, to do Teams, and all those new normal things with which we are now so used to. A trip to some foreign country to interact in person with peers is still the ultimate research building block, and I hope in the not too distant future we will be doing just that. I believe the part in the research chain that suffered the most were our postgraduate students, by not being able to enter a lab, to do some hardcore research, or bind a thesis or dissertation. I trust the electronic submissions have helped a bit with these frustrations. By extending the handing in of examination scripts to late in December was also a decision to assist them with this. Here we are about 10% down in numbers in comparison with previous years. But those students that could not make it in time will be in the next bunch of graduates. For a chemical engineer like myself, this is a phenomenon that we encounter often, plug flow of a production system. Tonight we have a virtual awards evening, also in a new normal, with fewer awards but focusing on the real achievers, and we have introduced the category of runner-up for those researchers that showed good promise. The awards panel collated data, sat to decide on the attributes of possible candidates, and the final results culminated in this awards evening. I want to thank every candidate for submitting their documentation, every supervisor for their drive to ensure their students are nominated. Last but not least, I have to thank my PA, Feroza Brishmeyer. Without her, this virtual research and innovation awards evening would not have been possible.
Thank you very much, Prof. Wanders. Next, I would like to call on Professor Dan Gwadi, Vice-Chancellor of the NWU, to deliver a congratulatory message to all of tonight's winners.
Dear researchers and guests of our 2020 Research Awards evening, it is a pity that we have to meet virtually this year to celebrate your achievements. You have indeed made it, and you made us proud. We would have liked to meet personally to acknowledge your achievements and your hard work. This virtual meeting is not by any indication a lack of acknowledgement from the university. We are all aware why we have to do it the way we are doing it. I am very, very proud of each one of you. We have, as an institution, improved in terms of our national positions, in our ratings and rankings. We have improved internationally, and it is all because of your contributions. For that, to you and all your spouses and all those who provided support to you, your deans, your heads of departments, your directors, we are really grateful. We know that as researchers, you inspire quite a lot of our students in terms of the work that you do. You also inspire colleagues as well. For all the recipients this evening, we are truly inspired by your hard work. I am greatly honored to send this message of gratitude and congratulations to our senior researchers and also our junior researchers who have received awards this evening. And I want to say to them, all the best for 2021. Thanks again for making us proud.
Thank you, Prof. Gwadi. It is now time for all the various winners to be announced. We will start off with the national and international recognitions and memberships. Prof. David Modise, Executive Dean, Natural and Agricultural Sciences, will announce the winner in this category.
It gives me great pleasure on behalf of the Faculty of Natural and Agricultural Sciences and the Deanery to congratulate Dr. Aurelia Williams for being nominated in the category Northwest University National and international recognitions and memberships. Dr. Aurelia was listed in the Mail and Guardian Top 200 Young South Africans for 2019. This prestigious listing, which comprised of 6,000 nominations, showcases some of the best CVs in the country. Also to note is that this recognition was received in the Science and Technology category, thus contributing to elevating the profile of both Noordwes-Universiteit and the Faculty of Natural and Agricultural Sciences, FNAS. Congratulations, Dr. Aurelia. We are so proud of your achievements.
Thank you, Prof. Modise. Next, Prof. Nenesi Gabi, Director of Research Support, will acknowledge the 2019 newly rated and re-rated NRF researchers.
The following researchers are being recognized for a successful rating by the NRF. The rating was awarded under different levels. The National Research Foundation internationally recognized researcher with a B2 rating is Professor Christo Venter. The following researchers are being rated by the NRF as established researchers with a C rating. Professor Christo Bischoff, Professor Philip Blau, Professor Estelle van Tonner, Professor Fanny Terblanche, Professor Johannita Berger, Dr. Ansi Forsche, Dr. Linda Malan, Dr. Philip Dutoy, Professor Yaku Hoffman, Professor Victor Ojakorotu, Professor Lizelle van der Merwe, Professor Dirk de Weil, Professor Miriam Lemmer, Professor Sanet Max, Professor Daniel Otto, Professor Helgard Robbenheimer, Professor Magondelele Tsibase, Professor Tanya Verster, Professor Ferdi Kruie, Professor Vumani Magezi, Professor Martinette Kruie, Professor Rupert Goos, Professor Berto Dupree, Professor Johan Duplessis, Professor Yone Siliers, Professor Eshmo Mawire, Professor Sane Terhorst. The following researchers are being rated by the NRF as emerging researchers with a Y rating. Professor Jacques Hoffman, Dr. Chris van Rijn, Dr. Wynand Malhebe, Dr. Shane Mason, Dr. Andrew Swartz, Dr. Zelda De Lange, Dr. Anshen Milman, Dr. Martinique Sparks.
Thank you, Prof. Gabi. Prof. Frans Wanders will now be announcing the winners and runners-up in the remaining categories, including the Most Productive Researchers, the Innovation Impact Award, as well as the Vice Chancellor's Award and the S2A3 Award.
The Certificate of Recognition to Prof. Marius Nel as Most Productive Senior Researcher in the year 2019.
What I can tell you about my work is that research is hard work that requires patience and persistence, close reading that requires lots of time, including what may not seem relevant at the moment, thinking a lot, following many roads that end in a cul-de-sac, and spending many hours of redefining before the final product can be presented for peer review. And then it requires good nerves, of the same order as waiting anxiously for the exam results of your master's and PhD students' dissertations. A last remark. As a Christian believer, I view my daily engagements as part of the calling of God that I believe rests on my life, as is the case with all other people.
The runner-up for Most Productive Senior Researcher in the year 2019 is Prof. Daniel Meyer. The Certificate of Recognition to Prof. Ruan Kruger as the Most Productive Emerging Researcher in the year 2019.
To start off, I would like to thank the Northwest University and the Office of the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research and Innovation for this award. I work in a high-performance team, the Hypertension in Africa research team, with exceptional colleagues and an environment in which we can optimize each other's strengths. My work focuses on the early development of hypertension and cardiovascular disease in South African children and young adults. My research aims to improve the lives of children and young people by addressing health problems that can be easily prevented. I'm leading clinical research projects in children to investigate the impact of lifestyle behaviors such as physical activity, dietary intake, and psychosocial factors that are involved in early vascular aging among South African children. I also hold several research grants from the NRF and MRC in order to support my research efforts as well as postgraduate students that work with me on these research projects. I would like to thank the university, my colleagues and my students for making this award possible.
The runner-up for Most Productive Emerging Researcher in the year 2019 is Dr. Zandri Kokemoer Dickerson. The Certificate of Recognition to Prof. Leenta Grobler, Dr. Henry Marais for receiving the Innovation Impact Award.
The COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown provided us with a number of opportunities to develop our focus in digital health product development.
We developed the Chop Chop Health screening app for schools and businesses. This mobile app helps to digitally store screening data, reducing queues and getting children back to school safely.
Then we looked at PCR machines. Those are the machines used to analyze COVID samples, and we realized by implementing computer-based analysis at the point of care, we can greatly speed up the testing process and make these test results available sooner. Conventionally, pathologists have to screen through all the test results and interpret it manually, which becomes a bottleneck during a pandemic such as COVID. So our intervention may expedite test results from PCR machines for COVID, TB, HIV and other diseases in future.
We developed a solution that enables hospitals to remotely monitor a diverse fleet of ventilators. With this solution, fewer nurses are required to monitor more patients requiring ventilation. In fact, most experienced ICU nurses fall into the vulnerable category, and as such cannot even report for work. With our solution, we bring these nurses back into play safely.
Thank you to everyone who made this possible. That includes our volunteers, team members, the Tech Transfer Office and the DVC.
The Certificate of Recognition to Mrs. Liesel Naidu as the most outstanding master's degree student in the Faculty of Health Sciences at the Northwest University. She will be receiving the Vice Chancellor's Medal. The Certificate of Recognition to Ms. Christel van Zyl, also as the most outstanding master's degree student in the Faculty of Economic and Management Sciences at the Northwest University. She will also be receiving the Vice Chancellor's Medal. The Certificate of Recognition to Mr. Renier Timothy Haug as the most outstanding master's degree student in the Faculty of Natural and Agricultural Sciences at the Northwest University. He will be receiving the S2A3 Bronze Medal. All certificates and relevant medals will be delivered to the faculties. Student medals will be presented at the next graduation ceremony.
We have come to the end of our evening. We call on Professor Linda du Plessis, Vice Principal and Deputy Vice Chancellor Planning and Campus Operations, to do the vote of thanks and the formal closing.
Dear Prof. Dan, our Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellors, all other members of management, colleagues present, and our honoured guests tonight, our award recipients. After listening to all the achievements, words cannot do justice to capture everything that has been accomplished and express our gratitude for the perseverance and commitment you have towards your work. Congratulations once again. There is nothing more inspiring than seeing staff and students of the Northwest University reaching new heights and achieving success. Recently, the Northwest-University has been performing very well in a number of international ranking schemes, and of course we all take pride in that. But we are also aware that these rankings, and by implication our reputation, are based on the excellence of your research, the number of citations, and our international collaboration. This award function has always been an important day on the institution's calendar to honor researchers for their valuable input. An event like this not only gives us a glimpse of the work done at our institution, but it's also an opportunity to thank each and every person that contribute to research performance at the NWU. A hearty word of not only congratulations, but also a thank you to all award recipients. I also want to thank our Master of Ceremony, Corneels. Thank you, Prof. Dan, for your message and for the fact that you have put the university on a path and created a vision wherein staff and students can flourish. To Prof. Frans and all the staff members in the Research Support Office, thank you for the support you provide. Thank you for putting this event together in such an eloquent way. Something that also deserves mentioning is the effort that you have put into the preparations for the national review of our doctoral qualifications. This was the first rigorous national quality audit of doctoral education in Africa, and as the audit was based on an evidence-led institutional self-evaluation report, we are grateful for the time that you and also Prof. Nenesi dedicated to this exercise. Normally, after a function like this, we will ask everybody to travel safely, but COVID is really keeping us off the roads this year. So tonight, we will ask our guests to stay safe, look after your health and your well-being. Treasure the time that you can spend with your family during the festive season. Life is too short not to celebrate special moments, so celebrate your achievements. Your success is an inspiration to many others. I want to conclude by leaving you with the words of Abraham Lincoln that said that some achieve great success is proof to all that others can achieve it as well. Be blessed. Salangantle. Baie dankie.
Thank you, Prof. Linda. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. To all of the winners, congratulations. May these awards inspire you, as well as the rest of the NWU, to continue to work diligently in the field of research and innovation. Goodbye.